Hi, good morning. So this is a video review, their response to guiltaur's exclusive yay or nay thing. So kind of gonna make this quick because guiltaur and I have kind of already elaborated on this subject on and off here and there between other figures. So I, as a figure collector, not as crazy as some people could be, but I do collect figures here and there. You know that. Now, how do I feel about exclusive? Now, my first exclusive was going to be Kamen Rider Excel Trial. And I was like, oh yes, gung ho. I'm like very, very, gung ho about it. Like, yes, I'm going to get this. I have to have it because it's an Excel Trial. I have to have it. Looked at the price. Okay, it's like 4,500 yen some places, and then you got to go through the middleman process, and it's going to give you like another $10 or something off that. So about like $55 to $60, depending on. Well, $60 is too high, but it's almost $60. Let's just say $60, right? Or $55 for Excel Trial, because it's a Tamashii Web exclusive, and you got to go through the middleman, and you're going to have to pay him, basically, or that person. And I was like, all right, cool, that's fine. It's an exclusive, that's fine, perfect. And then before I actually paid my middleman, because this is how it works. Before you actually get a web shop exclusive, you have to pay the middleman first before he can give you a spot in his reservation. Because I think what they do is they buy a certain amount, and if you've already made your payment, basically your reservation, then you get your copy, like same way as getting your games. And so I was ready to do that, and then when he emailed me back saying, okay, well, it's going to be this, it's going to be that, I'll need this payment, and then this and that. And I was like, okay, so he's not exactly on my ass about when am I supposed to pay him, because if I don't pay him, obviously I don't get the figure. So I thought about it for a second, and I was like, wait a minute, why is Excel Trial an exclusive? And I was looking at all the other exclusives that they released in the past, and there's Endagu Zeba that guiltaur has, which is from Kamen Rider Kuga, the final boss, I guess you would say. And it's actually surprising because if you've seen the series, you know that Ultimate Kuga only pretty much showed up once. So I've come to believe this release of Ultimate Kuga isn't necessarily from the Kuga series, but it's more of it's Yusuke from the cave, because he used the Ultimate Kuga way more often than it was used in the actual series. So kind of like about that now. So I'm not getting Excel Trial because of that reason. Because lately, Bandai's been doing things like putting in Tamashii Web exclusives of figures or characters that don't make sense to be an exclusive. Like, they make more sense to be a normal release, but they're going ahead and throwing them in as an exclusive. So I'm kind of like, I feel iffy about it. Like, what they're doing right now is they're releasing, they're releasing Kiba, Emperor, and Dark Kiba form, which make more sense to be actual. Well, no, not really. It's a bad example, but let me just keep on going for what I was going to say. Dark and Emperor Kiba are being released. I would be pissed as hell if they released normal Kiba as a Tamashii Web exclusive. If they did something like that, that would really piss me off. Hopefully they're not. Now, this makes sense, though. This part makes sense. They're releasing the Weather Dopant as a Tamashii Web exclusive. That makes sense. But there are all these different things that Bandai is doing and has been doing. They're really, I guess, taking advantage of this whole Tamashii Web exclusive thing. Biggest example for me is the Excel Trials. I'm not going to get it because of that. I really like the design, and that's probably the only reason why I want to have the figure. But other than that, I kind of thought about it, and I was like, no, it doesn't make sense for me to pay damn near $60 for a figure that should have been a normal release. And actually, not the character, but the Excel Trial, actually thought about it, and I do like the normal Excel Trial a lot better than I do Excel Trial. And I have the Excel Trial SH figure, so I'm happy. So that's fine. Now there are other instances like Eternal, Kamen Rider Eternal from the movie. That makes perfect sense. That might be something I'm actually I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that. I'm going to put in my email the middleman. I'm going to say, hey, I want this. So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of it's not something that I will do all the time, but if it's something that I really need to have, um, like Eternal, I'll do it. But if it's something stupid that doesn't make sense, like Excel trial, I probably won't even think about it twice. I'm just gonna say pass. Like Rising Ixa, that was somewhat of a passable exclusive, but Rising Ixa was there in the show for a while, basically. So, um, I mean, there are other exclusives that makes more sense than being a normal release, and there are other normal releases that make more sense to be um, to make more sense to be an exclusive release. So, to answer the question, I'm more of a nay rather than a yay. Although I will, I will go into this whole Tamashii Web exclusive thing. Not even just Tamashii Web, but any web exclusive item. I probably have to think twice or three times before I actually go with it. So I'm more on the nay side than I am yay. But I'll still do my thing and decide on whether it makes sense for me to get it or not. So that's my take, and thanks for watching.